it's not about me being able to speak at least 3 languages. It is about something with the number 2. It's Banjo-Tooie Any No Bit Clip with ad. Good luck and have fun. Banjo-Tooie Any No Bit Clip with ad. Good luck and have fun.
Hello, I am Ad129, and this is Banjo-Tooie Any No Bit Clips.
Start, Ad. You're live.
I didn't realize I was muted on Discord. Hello, I'm Ad. Yep. Basically, No Bit Clips entails not using one particular glitch. I will get into that one particular glitch later. However, in terms of right now, we can actually just start. So, we can do a countdown in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. So, the beginning of the run is not that difficult. Just doing one trick at the beginning right here. Got it. Let's go. First trick of the run already out of the way. Alright, and so right now we're just gonna be doing some basic story stuff, just trying to get through the regular regular thing of defeating Klungo. Words are hard. But yeah. This category has had a very long history in terms of just what we have tried to do to get to this minimum requirement any percent. So originally to beat the game normally you need 70 jiggies with whatever number of notes you need to get the moves you need, and so that's the in general requirement, and it's a category called any percent no DCW. I'll get into what DCW is later. The next big breakthrough we really had was discovering this so-and-so DCW, and what that basically entailed for us was we discovered how to like warp to the final boss. That's what in summary is, and so all we really needed to do is collect this one final move for the final boss, which requires 315 notes. And so our main goal overall was just how do we get there as fast as possible? How do we get all those notes as fast as possible? And so that really was the goal, and this is what this category is trying to get those requirements as fast as possible. And then around 2019 or so, there was another major breakthrough in the any percent. We basically discovered this glitch where we're able to just like fall through floors seemingly, and it was like not useful at all. However, the way we found uses for this is there are like many triangles in the floor's geometry which have these little floating points, and those are what are
when you get a chance, turn off the Discord stream share. You're having some issues. I'll give Noob the direct stream link.
So yeah, having bit clips, or that's what they're called, bit clips. They are basically angle, frame, lag, pixel, every single type of perfect. It's very, very difficult. Basically, you're falling through a point that is like 1/1000th or 1/10,000th of a pixel. It's that precise. And so basically we found many uses for them. One of them is to get into a level called Witchy World. That is one of the locations we need to get to for this DCW trick to be set up. And then another one is in front of the Hag 1 boss entrance, and so that's where another bit clip is used, and that's how the requirement now for the true any percent is only 1 jiggy with 315 notes. It's very, very awesome, really difficult to try to do a true any percent run. Yep. So we just did a lot of the intro stuff. I explained the entire history of this category basically. Now we're gonna be just doing some normal stuff for the glitches to like progress further in the game. And so first thing we're gonna need is we're gonna get some goggles from Goggles, one of Bottles' children. This game is really dark, by the way. Bottles' entire family does not know that he's currently a ghost because of Grunty, but thankfully at the end of the game he does get revived because we defeat Grunty. But yep. So this is where the route begins to not look normal. We're basically now going to just completely sequence break this game. And so first thing we'll do is we need to get this little silo. This is just gonna be a little bit of a helpful thing for when we finish stuff later on. But first trick we're gonna do here is called Plateau Early. Basically the way that works is the way you beak bust in this game is your momentum can carry through, and so what we can basically do is it can push us up onto ledges that we normally would not be able to get to. And so the second part of this glitch is called GGM Early, or Glitter Gulch Mine Early. This is not a big clip, this is just a general seam that is just existent in this geometry. So if I get it real quick, just like that, second try, we're able to just get into Glitter Gulch Mine very early. Alright, and so now we're going to be beginning the first little setup part for this trick called DCW. Basically what DCW is it's short for Delayed Cutscene Warp, and the way this is, the way it works is there's this box that we're going to be activating. It's for a minigame for Witchy World, which is the following level after this one. And the way that works is there's a little bit of a level transition there that completely loads a new area of the game. And so this box that we're about to activate has to go through from this world into the other world. And so the thing that's only blocking it from actually going there is this little door that you have to open that blocks entry from what's it called? It doesn't allow you to get in until you open that door from inside Witchy World, since it is the next level, and you have to unlock it normally. So here we're just gonna activate it right here, and then I'll explain DCW once we get to Witchy World, which is in like 20 minutes. Yeah, I do have
a few things to say. Because you mentioned the bit clip, and you also, according to what info I have, there are a lot of glitches in this game. According to what info I have, there are a lot lot of, and it's far from what the company name Rare would describe. And it's far from what the company name Rare would. We want to see all of those. And we have this incentive. We want to see all of those. And we have that we'll talk about in a moment. This incentive that we'll talk about in a moment.
Yep. Right. So right here, we're doing one more segment as the detonator. This is the detonator, by the way. Blows up different places. We can do a trick here called detonator levitation. Hopefully I can get it. It's being weird right now. If I don't get it, we can just do a backup. There we go. We just float upwards. All right, welcome back. So this is the last time we're going to be seeing the detonator, so I'll give a quick countdown. 3, 2, 1, and go. So yep, we're going to warp back to our good old friend Wumba, just so we can go back to playing as Banjo. That is the name of the game, Banjo and Kazooie, but it's Banjo-Tooie. Anyways, so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be getting some awesome moves. So our friend Jam Jars, who's a relative of Bottles, is a drill sergeant in this game, and will basically just get us all the moves we need to complete this game. So just grabbing these notes, we need 85 to get this move called Build Drill. Do some awesome movement just like that. Just like that. Awesome. And this is Jam Jars. So let's see if he does the thing today. It's all RNG. Okay, first one, no. So there's a thing that Jam Jars can do, and it's where he jumps into a silo like he does at the end of that cutscene. However, his silo closes, and so he just bonks onto that little and like cover, I guess you would call it. And so that loses like 5 seconds every single time, and it's completely random when it happened. And so it's a joke in the community that we count our bonks every single run. Yep, as you can see, we're using Build Drill to destroy these rocks in the way. Just trying to get some quick jiggies, because just as a reminder, we do need 14 jiggies to beat this game, or at least for this category.
We need that glitch exhibition, because you say 14 jiggies, I say $35 to see this thing called Bit Clip. Because every time I hear Bit Clip, I think of Chip Clip. And you know how fun it is to say Chip Clip? Chip Clip. It's really fun. But yeah, just to let everybody know, that was the secret I was holding from you guys. Was just a reminder for anyone who's just coming in. We have that Banjo-Tooie glitch exhibition that has to be achieved by the end of the run. This run's not necessarily that long, so if you want to see the Bit Clip plus more, make sure you get those donations in now. Make sure when you click on the button, you go, wow, and then you go, I don't remember what noise, I think that was a pretty close Kazooie, but that sounded pretty close. I didn't think it would be like that, but either way, choose the glitch exhibition, and then maybe you'll hear some kind of, I don't know what to actually expect, so my guess for a glitch would be demonic Kazooie noises. So you have to confirm that by hitting that donation or that incentive target.
Yep, I have a lot of awesome glitches lined up, so it's gonna be a good incentive if met. By the way, we completely did not talk about this for a bit. That room that was just completely pitch black probably. Yeah, so that's like one of the hardest rooms, like normally, if you try to like not do it with like lighting and all that. Thankfully on my CRT, it's like very faint, and so I'm just able to like kind of muscle memory it through it, and so that's not a word, it's okay. So like I'm just able to like, I already know where I'm going, but it was like, it's still hard sometimes in like some runs. I still like just die there, so it's like, oh, okay, it's still a difficult room. But yeah, that was the end of the GGM section. We'll come back like 2 more times. But right now we're going to be grabbing, honestly, a really good move. It's the grenade eggs. This pretty much just opened up the game a little bit more than it like is already, because you backtrack a lot in this game. And so this is why our first real goal of this category is to get the grenade eggs, because the grenade eggs will help us open up things inside Mayhem Temple, which is the first level, which are normally blocked off with something like grenade eggs or Build Drill. And so that's why we grabbed those moves first, since they just open up the game a little bit more for us. But yep, we're gonna be entering Jiggy Wiggy. Jiggy Wiggies are a person who opens up all the levels for us. So the first level we'll be opening up is Mayhem Temple. Like I was mentioning earlier, it's the first level. That Jiggy that you get from King Jinjo, I don't remember his name right now, something King Jinjo, who gave us our first Jiggy. This is where you would go after that point, but as you saw, we didn't do that. But yeah, as you can see, the way the puzzles work in this game is they're all scattered randomly, and you have to fit them in the right places. 91 is actually really good. I remember yesterday night in practice, I got a 93, which is 1 second off world record. So it's very hard to get good RNG and also do these puzzles very fast. But yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of RNG in this game. You probably already have seen so much RNG that is out of our control. There's a lot that we have in control as well. So if you probably saw at the beginning of my run, I had 3 seconds already on my file. The reason for that, and you'll be seeing it very soon, is there are Jinjos in this game, just like Banjo-Kazooie. However, the way they work in this game instead of Banjo-Kazooie is they're grouped by families and by color. So you have like the blue family who has like 5, or the orange family who has 2. And every single time you collect all the members of that family, you get a Jiggy. And so in an ideal run, we would want a white Jiggy and 2 orange, or white Jinjo and 2 orange Jinjos just right in the first level, because that will basically be able to get those Jiggies really quickly. And so we have a file set up for us to be able to get those placements for those Jinjos already determined, since that is something we can control. It's very time consuming sometimes. My file attempt took 15 hours. When I ran this category for Girls Go Fast 2 weeks ago, I had to set it up on Japanese because I thought I lost this card, but I didn't. I found it. It took me like 2 hours. So like it's completely random when you get it. I just got unlucky my first time. Oh, that's not where we're supposed to go. We're supposed to be going into this loading zone. There we go. Basically, what we did there, it's not an easy trick. In practice, it took me like a lot of tries to get it. Thankfully, I got a second try. That's called Slick Clip, and the way that works is we just beak bomb into that little part of the climbable wall, and we're able to just like kind of go through it. It's very precise. Thankfully, like I said, I got a second try. This opens up this area, which is really important because that's our first Jinjo. And the reason why we collect the white Jinjo first is because there are 2 cutscenes related to the Jinjo families. The first one is when you collect a Jinjo for the first time. That is just an in general mechanic. And the other cutscene is when you complete a family. And so theoretically, the best thing to do is we grab the white Jinjo first, since we will overlap both of those cutscenes. And so we only watch one in the end. A lot of technical routing in this game. Also, that's not good. Please don't kill me. Okay, we're good. So yeah. That's why like, something like 100% in this game is like a very complex thing to route, because there's just so much you have to consider in terms of like, oh, if we grab this, what are the consequences of so-and-so and all this? And so like routing 100% is like one of the hardest things you can do in this game. Yep, we're just now going to be collecting some stuff. Not much to really say, just I'm going to be collecting a lot of collectibles, so if our host has anything else to say, hopefully donations. Hopefully. Yep, I would say so. Oh. All good. Gonna need that note. It's the hardest thing in this run. Nice. Just trying to get that treble clef in midair without bonking is one of the hardest things you can really do. Yeah, thankfully I got it. But yeah, that's the end of this little main area. Now we're going to be going into my personal favorite area, the prison compound, because there's just... you're in and then you're basically out in like less than a minute. It's very quick. So, just going to be getting two... really one, but you're opening up a puzzle for the next Jiggy. Yeah.
All right, can I interrupt and try again?
Yeah.
now that everyone can hear me on stream, hi, I'm Trainer Anade. I'm stepping in briefly. So I was just letting everyone know we do still have like 40 minutes left to get that $35 to get this glitch exhibition. I'm so excited to see this glitch exhibition. So ! Donate in chat. You can donate as little as $1. We do have a new bid war for the next game open as well. We are going to have new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe is our following game in the marathon, and you can help us decide which character our runner will be playing as, either Luigi, Blue Toad, Yellow Toad, or Toadette. But y'all, I want to see this glitch exhibition. So come on, if you can spare even $1, it's going towards a great cause. We appreciate you all.
Yeah. Like I was saying, the glitch exhibition is such a cool thing. There's way too many glitches in this game, I'll say that. And so I picked out some of the best ones, in my opinion. Some of the ones that are very useful, some of them are just very silly. So, definitely worth trying to reach this incentive, because this is... It took a long setup. It's honestly fun to set these up. I love setting up the glitch exhibitions, because it's just... I'm just playing the game, and just trying to do the points of which I need to... like, before I do those glitches in the actual marathon. I forgot where I was going for a second. I need to get some Jinjos. Okay.
I believe you said that one of the glitches for that glitch exhibition is an overflow that literally randomly changes something.
Yep.
Like, what?
Yeah, it's some awesome stuff. The basic summary for that one is it's the way you can easily summarize it. It's, if you know SRM from Ocarina of Time, that's this game's version of it. However, instead of we know what we are doing, it's we do not know what the game will decide to do. All right. So that's the end of Glitter Gulch Mine. We're gonna go in one more time, but that's at the end of the run. But yeah, we're now going to be opening a lot of places, a lot of cutscenes, a lot of me talking, hopefully. There's a lot of things to explain, since the next couple parts of the run are the most important for this category. Because we're going to be doing some puzzles, and this game is very known for their cutscenes. There's a lot of cutscenes in this game. Alright, but yeah, we're gonna be opening up Glitter Gulch Mine officially. We totally didn't enter it earlier. No, this is the first time we're gonna be entering it. I cannot put the puzzle in the right place.
We've definitely never seen this before.
Yeah. But yeah, I was mentioning this glitch earlier, like literally the first 2 minutes. DCW, or Delayed Cutscene Warp. Yeah, so... I told you the first half of it. The other half is when we're in Witchy World very soon, what we're going to be doing is we're going to basically activate the that switch I was talking about earlier. However, the way that cutscene works is it'll show the button getting pressed in Witchy World, freeze because it's loading Glitter Gulch Mine. So we'll see Glitter Gulch Mine. At that point, the game would normally load the cutscene after that of Witchy World. However, we reset the console when we're in Glitter Gulch Mine. And so, in the game's memory, in technicality, is we've never completed that cutscene. And so that cutscene is stored. And so, the way the game decides to handle that now is any cutscene that is played, or anything that it considers a cutscene, so like loading zones don't count, like a genuine cutscene, it will just load you into that cutscene. Which, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, that is very broken, because that opens up the game, like it opens up the entire game, and it's very, very peculiar on how it works. Like some of the warps you can warp basically anywhere. Some of the warps just soft lock you, and I'll show that in the glitch exhibition. However, the one we'll be using is we'll be watching the final boss cutscene in the main menu because we're able to refight bosses there. And since that cutscene's stored, we'll be able to warp to the final boss. That's how this category is even possible. So having that in mind, basically, our goal is to basically set this up as fast as possible, and then also getting all the requirements we need for the Hag 1 fight, which the final requirement we'll need is a move called Clockwork Eggs. And they're basically these little things that we're able to just move and control, and are able to go inside like small little crevices. And so one of the phases for the Hag 1 fight is we have to go inside of the Hag 1 and basically destroy the batteries. And so that's why we need to collect all that. And this game is very, very difficult about how to achieve all that. And so what we're basically going to have to do is we have to get split up in this move, or in this level, to open up Jolly Roger's Lagoon, which has a move called Talon Torpedo, which helps us get into the Klungo 2 fight. Once we defeat Klungo 2, we get Clockwork Eggs. It's a very, very peculiar order of things we have to do, but it's just how the game is, like, it's just how it is, and it's what we have to do, unfortunately. But it makes it more fun. We explore more of the game. So yeah, we're just gonna be collecting notes, and we only need a couple more jiggies, and then we'll be done collecting them.
Wow. I feel like you haven't been playing that long.
Yeah. Hopefully I should have 12 here. If not, there are easy backups.
Nice.
That I have not been counting, honestly. I've just been running off this muscle memory. Alright. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can easily find one. So yeah. A way we can also do DCW, that's like involves pressing the switch, but it's not really involving the switch press, is there's a little thing up where I just went past, where we're able to use this like little mobile, I guess you would call it, that will just like take us to the other half of the map, and we can overlap that cutscene for the switch activating, and that way that saves it. It's very weird on how it decides to work. Yeah. By the way, this is a very scary part, because we're climbing up to a very high height. If I do fall here, I technically will die. So I have to be really careful here. But we can just do that, and we won't take fall damage.
Hey.
Beak busting and then falling to the floor basically just doesn't... You won't take fall damage for some reason. I don't know why. It's just how it works, I guess. But yeah. So here's... Oh no! He did it at the worst one too! That's what I was talking about earlier with the bonks. conveniently did it on the one that's the most lackiest, so that loses actually 7 seconds instead of the 5.
Oh.
So, RNG, my favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say the blessing of RNG, quote unquote.
Alright, here's our final Jinjo for the yellow family. And then I'll have to find one quick backup. I'll probably get one in Mayhem Temple. That's probably the easiest spot I can think of. Yep, all I need here is 275 notes by the end of this level. Since all the other notes in what's coming up are just in front of us. So yep, here's this second half of DCW. There's a switch right here. We wait. Activate it. Here's that little cutscene I was talking about. And then once I see Glitter Gulch Mine loaded, I reset the console. And then now we have stored DCW. It's now fully set up. And so now we're going to leave that alone for a bit. We still have more to collect, but that's why we mainly enter Witchy World, is to set that up. Yep. Guess that's our first reset of the game entirely, so, yay. We'll do one more, later on. So, gonna do a little bit of a reroute real quick. We're just gonna be grabbing one, quick Jiggy. Yeah, but I don't have anything to say, so if you have anything to say, host, now's your time.
Sure. Well, so I want to remind everyone, of course, we're here watching amazing gameplay like this Banjo-Tooie, but we're also here raising money for Little Warriors. And so one of the things I know always is interesting to me is where the name Little Warriors came from. The name Little Warriors was inspired by a painting. The spirit of a warrior lives within every victim of child sexual abuse. Like a warrior, these children also need the help, compassion, support, and love of many people, like a tribe, to overcome the many obstacles they will face. And I feel like that's what we're doing with this event, is we are here being that extra support behind the scenes, you know, in support of Little Warriors, raising money for them, for these children. And I love that fact. I love that we can be here raising money for such a good cause. Of course, we want your donations, ! Donate in chat. But also, we just appreciate you being here, whether you're running like Ad is, you're a volunteer, if you're even just here viewing the stream, we appreciate every single one of you here helping support this cause.
Awesome, yeah. Yeah, we have more cutscenes, so yeah. Again, this game is basically like a cinema, just waiting around, watching cutscenes.
That is fine. Well, so I do want to remind everyone, we're really hoping, you know, we need to get those donations in order to get that glitch incentive, that glitch exhibition for Banjo-Tooie, which, you know, we have to meet the $35 by the end of this run. So we only have like maybe 20 minutes left.
Around 20, yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to see that glitch exhibition, which I know I really want to see, if you can get those donations in, that would be great. But if, for whatever reason, maybe Banjo-Tooie just isn't your speed, we do have more incentives as well. We have that new Super Mario Brothers character bid war. You can help choose which character our runner, Crazy Yo, will be running as. Or if we get this incentive met for Banjo-Tooie, we do have a later incentive for Stardew Valley that will open up, but we can't open that yet. So maybe if we get our donations in for Banjo-Tooie, we'll get more Marathon, we'll get to see these really cool glitches, and we can open up even more incentives for later in the Marathon. What do you all think?
I agree. I agree. Definitely get those donations in. Awesome incentives coming up as well. Yeah. So now we're at the home stretch, I would call it. We're going into one final level, collecting our final notes as well. this is pretty much the end of the Collect-A-Thon portion of the run of a Collect-A-Thon. So yeah, not much to really talk about in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. There's just this one scary part. I always get hit no matter what. Actually, in my PB video, or my PB of like from 4 days ago, I think, I forget. I actually did that whole section without getting hit, luckily, but I honestly do not know what prevents getting hit or not, so I'm like, I just do it. If I get hit, I find a backup very quickly. But you'll see what I mean when we get to that point, because it's very, very not fun.
I was gonna say, is it an RNG or?
It's not RNG per se. It's just, it's very like, his like tentacles kind of are like very weird on how they work, and so like it's very, very weird. Okay. Oh, okay. Got the sign. We don't need to look at signs at all in this game. If you do look at a sign, you get that little text box from Cham Jars, and I unfortunately got it. It's okay. Like a 1 second time loss is okay. Alright, so this is the section I was talking about. So this entire level is, or 90% of this level is underwater, and so we only have the first upgrade for the swimming in underwater, and so we only have 60 seconds underwater before we start taking damage. And like I said, we have 5 hit points, and so the place we need to reach, you end on with 0 bubbles and 2 honeycombs left. And so if you get hit once or twice here, you have to like find a backup. Perfect. Yeah, okay. No backup.
Nice.
No backup required. Unless, wait, actually no. I shouldn't speak early. There is still eels. There are still eels. Eels are RNG. Usually they don't hit you. They usually don't.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, as you can see, like we're already into the place we need to get to, but we're at 1 bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please.
I believe I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. You got this.
Oh no! He hit me. No.
Oh no!
So, yeah, that's not good. So, that happens. Thank you, RNG, again. So that's really unfortunate, because that is an entire time loss of 1.5 minutes, because we now have to go all the way from here to that place again. And so that is the unfortunate side of this category, is you have to deal with that.
And it's still just as tight, right?
Exactly. So,
oh boy.
Hopefully, if I get hit, which I'll honestly prefer at this point, I will get a backup, because I do not want to risk that again.
Well, while you focus on this,
Yes.
I will remind everyone, of course, you can type !donate in chat. You can scan the QR code that occasionally shows up in that rotating image area. You can even go to tracker.preventathon.com/donate in order to donate. We do have those incentives open. I know this run is coming to a close quickly. I'm hoping we can get that $35. It's not that much money. I know it can be, so like no pressure, but if you can donate even just $1, put it towards the incentives. I want to see this glitch exhibition.
There we go. That's her refill.
Okay.
Yay! So eels don't normally like deal 5 hits of damage, so if they somehow do, I will honestly just be more impressed than anything, because they normally don't take 5 hits. They hit you and then run away, basically. So I shouldn't die. This game does not hate me that much.
I mean, it's how marathon luck goes. It's both wonderful and awful all at the same time.
Exactly. There you go. Okay.
Yay.
So, yep, this is Talon Torpedo. Again, that one move completely out of the way of everything else. just to even get Clockwork. So now we're already like far deep into the ocean. We're just gonna warp back to the beginning, just because swimming back is not gonna be another fun trip. So we're just gonna do that. Just immediately warp back to the beginning, make it easier for ourselves, because that's all we do. All right. So 10 more notes left. But yeah, we're basically done with the big portion. Now we just have two fights, and then the warping. So you can see how broken this game is already by what I have done in this run. It's amazing how like broken this game has gotten within the past like not even like 5 years. This game has been broken like entirely, and so I'm like very happy I'm able to run this run, because this is a very fun category. I love running this category. But the true 80% also like being a thing is very awesome, especially like as of recent, because like I believe within the past like year or 6 months we have discovered new ways to do big clips in this game. So what that means is basically instead of in the way you would normally do big clips in this game, which would be you zoom in with your camera, you artificially create lag, all this stuff. The new big clips that were discovered for this for True 80% basically changed it, so it's the way you would do it in Banjo-Kazooie, which is way more consistent. And so like the categories just become more friendly, and so I'm trying to delve into that category a little bit more. Where did he go? Oh, that's why. I was like, where did he go? I don't think I'm gonna hit him in time. He's running away. No. Okay, it's okay. Extra phase, it's okay. But yeah.
Just more time for donations.
Exactly. Yep, my favorite moment of this game, speedrun wise, ever was at SGDQ 2022 when Duck ran this game, and he ran the True 80%, which still had the old bit clips, and so he had to adapt on the spot without any of the like line setups, because we have setups for the old ones where there are lines on your OBS. You use those to like precisely aim your reticle. So Duck didn't have any of that and was playing on a new monitor, and was able to get him within like the first 5 tries, and that was like one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, because like that is such an impossible trick at the way he had to do it, and he just did it. So it's amazing. Anyways, Clockwork Eggs. So this is the final move we'll get. Hopefully no bonks. Okay. Now we're able to save and quit, and this is where we break the game. So that delayed cutscene warp I was talking about and kept talking about, this is where it all comes into play now. So first thing we'll do is there's this convenient menu which has all the bosses, minigames, and all the cutscenes that are like important to the game. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going into Hag 1, and this is a long cutscene, and so as you'll see, we're going to be waiting for around a minute and a half or so, and so not much to talk about for now, but basically this is what we're going to be using as a cutscene to override it. While this cutscene plays, would the host do you have anything to say? Oh, this
I actually do. Perfect timing. We actually got a $25 donation from Icariosa.
Let's go.
Just says, Bork! Thank you so much for that donation, and it did go towards that glitch exhibition, which means we are only $10 away in order to meet that glitch exhibition. Y'all, we have enough people in chat. If every person donated $1 towards the glitch exhibition, we'd like double what we need. So if you can, we're so close now, only $10 away. I really want to see that glitch exhibition. We'll get to see the bit clip. We'll get to see soft locks. We'll get to see so much cool stuff, y'all. I want to see it. If you can, even $1, maybe a $1 donation train will help us get that exhibition.
All right, so now that we are watched that cutscene, we quit the cutscene. Leave this, and now we enter our file. And so this counts as beating the game for the reason of once you beat Hag 1, or if you do an alternative version, is what you do in the True Any %, you warp to the credits cutscene. What will happen is you specifically load the credits cutscene. It will load you into the post-credits part of the file after you beat after you load into that and save. And so anything just gets transferred over. That's why DCW works, is it transfers anything you do afterwards within a DCW. But we're gonna go into fuel storage and just wait one more time. As you can see, this cutscene loads. We remember this one, and it freezes and Hag 1. Just like that. So, yeah, this is the final boss.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so very broken. Yeah, and then since we're in the fight now, there's not much to really talk about. It's a decently difficult fight, like most rare fights are. Also long. This is like out of the 3 rare games I run, this is the second longest. The first one being DK64 being like a 12-minute boss. This is a 7-minute boss. Not that bad. And then like Banjo-Kazooie's Grunty fight is like 5 minutes long. They're long, but they're fun. I have fun fighting them sometimes. When they don't decide to like go rogue and try to actively kill me. Which has happened before. Yep, the first phase is pretty simple. We just aim at Grunty and shoot eggs, so we deal 10 hits. And then basically for the first like 5 parts of the phase, there are like 10, no, there are 7 phases in this fight. The first 5 will be dealing 10 each. And then as we transition into the other phases, it'll be 15, and then the final hit, all that. But all you need to know for now is 10 hits each phase. And then she also gives us little quizzes. The way those work is I don't care what she gives me, I just answer whatever. Because it's either she shoots that green little, I don't know what you would call it, magic spell, faster or slower based on if you got it right or not. And it's not really in our way at this. We just don't care about it. So this next phase, she shoots rockets at us, but we're able to go onto her little drill and just look upwards, ignore it. But yeah, I have seen many runners died at this fight, including myself. I like my past stream, I died tag 1 once out of the 3 attempts I did because I just wasn't paying attention that much. You gotta kind of focus for this fight because it is a little bit difficult. Also, 2 rockets, you can do the same thing.
All right, well, if you want to focus, I can just kind of remind everyone a little bit about... All right, so we are at Prevent-A-Thon 5. Prevent-A-Thon 5 is in support of Little Warriors, a Canadian-based charity, and your donations are processed in Canadian dollars. But if you live in a different country, your donations will automatically be converted for you. To see a recent rate of exchange for US dollars and British pounds, you can type !rate in chat, and that means that $10 that we're away from getting our glitch exhibition is in Canadian dollars. So if maybe you're watching this from the US, that's actually less for you. That's, I don't remember off the top of my head, like $8 maybe? So if you can donate even $1, that would help. We only have like a minute left. Come on, y'all, I want to see these glitches.
So yep, this next phase she's doing, she is now fully moving and trying to kill us. It's not good, but luckily we're just able to outrun her sometimes, and she just decides to just spin. It's random, I guess, what she decides to do. In terms of the game lore, I know what she's actually doing, but, you know, she just, I think she thinks this is the best way to try to defeat us, but it's not working, I guess. This is where we need clockworks. We get this little text box, just ignore it. We go inside of the Hag one. And this is where we kinda got to be careful. That enemy can just get in our way sometimes. Destroy our clockwork a little bit too early. But as long as we just kind of acknowledge it's there, we'll be fine. Yep. As you can see, same move, except there are more lasers that you can use. And so, just do the same thing I've been doing, just try to ignore her. Sometimes she'll get you like that. That happens.
You make this look so easy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine.
I've been running this game for about 5 years at this point. Probably a little bit less, I don't know. So I've had my fair share of deaths in this fight, so I've learned from them. But yeah, once you like learn how to do the fight properly, and at least like in the basic level, it's really easy. You shoot at her once, dodge what she does next, and then just follow that sequence. It's very simple. Yep, now we have completely shut down her drill, and now she's going to the last resort and just trying to shoot those magic spells at us again. So here's where we deal 15 hits of damage, or 10 first, and then 15. And then this is where she's gonna release some enemies. Again, not a big deal for us.
She's not very nice to her minions.
Yeah. Right. So 2 more phases left. One more 14, and then the final hit. So time will be coming up very soon. So yep, deal these hits. She releases mustard gas. Not a big deal. It's like being underwater, but it's okay. And time. Wow.
GG!
That was really good.
Can
Yeah?
I share something?
Yes.
We got a $10 donation from Icariosa saying, Pat says, get that glitch exhibition!
Yes!
Yay! Woo! Thank you so much. That means we do, in fact, get to see this glitch exhibition.
Let's go.
For Banjo-Tooie. Yay!
Let's go. Also, Bottles is alive. happily awaiting this celebration. All right. So, glitch exhibition. Okay. Perfect.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to take just a very brief break to get set up for the glitch exhibition, but we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And with that, TSR Stormed has joined us for the glitch exhibition and has put Luigi in the lead for our character bid war.
Awesome.
Let's go with this glitch
off,
exhibition.
Good morning, Stormed. Finally here. Yep.
Morning. I'm finally here.
So it's a glitch exhibition.
I'm ready to show off some glitches with
got
you.
an awesome lineup for y'all, and so I guess we can start our timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. So our first glitch will be that word we were talking about, big clips. So I explained it a little bit earlier, but in the basic summary, a big clip is just a wonky thing in the floor geometry, because the floor is just made out of triangles. And yeah, in old ones, it was very angle, pixel, and lag perfect, I believe. And so trying to like achieve all 3 of those was very difficult to do. And so you probably see right now I'm like kind of like slipping through the ground, and so this is the first ever big clip ever discovered. This is what actually propelled the discovery of a lot of big clips, and so trying to find this one precise one just like that, the way you know you got it is your shadow disappears and you'll just fall through the floor. So that's a big clip. And like I said, there are many uses for it. The first one being for entering this level early, and then another one for the old route was using it for Hag 1, and then another one that was discovered was one from the Witchy World entrance of the Pterodactyl land, and then that got us access to Clockworks much more faster, and we can save the DCW to cut out the Hag 1 bit clip. Very complex routing, but it was a cool thing to discover. Do you have anything else to add to that, Storm, for the bit clips?
Well, these are floating precise tricks, which just means that it's like 100,000th of a unit precise. So the only way to actually do a bit clip is either to find like a floating precise setup, or to just spawn on top of a seam and then just walk back and forth, which Ad did. So yeah, these are, you can't just like accidentally do these. You can with that specific seam because you just spawn right on it, but
Exactly.
But yeah,
And yeah, those
you're never
in
gonna
Banjo-Tooie.
accidentally bit clip ever because it's just so precise.
Alright, so the next glitch we're going to be doing here, this is the warps we were talking about. This is another version of a warp. It's more minuscule than a DCW, but it's still very important in 100% and no DCW any percent. And so these are called clockwork warps. The way these work is we shoot a grenade egg. Oop, that didn't go through. That's funny. It looked like it went through. I think the little the thing that is causing the shaking hit at the right time. I think that's what happened. Trying to get the lineup. That looks like it's inside. Yeah, shoot a grenade egg, shoot into that seam, hit the wall. So I'll try a different setup. The way they work is we're trying to load into a new area as we're trying to destroy as we're trying to take damage. And the way what that does is that cancels the clockwork, and we're in as Banjo, and so what that does is it just warps us through that loading zone. That might go through. No. I am struggling today with these. It's not good. Do you have anything to? Yeah, you have anything to add to clockwork shots?
Yeah,
while
this is a
try
pretty
to
precise trick.
struggle through one because apparently it's not wanting to work.
Well, most doors in this game have cracks in them. They didn't really place them correctly, and so we can
There we go. That's a really good one.
take that or use that to our advantage here, where we can do a warp.
Really?
Yeah.
We're
trying to do is just try to get damaged, and
like
what that does
pushing it
is it
outward.
allows us to
Okay, but wait, that one looks really
control
good. I
back.
saw it go all the way through that loading zone.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. That's it. All right. So as you'll see, we're in as Banjo. We kind of phase through that door, which is really funny.
Sweet.
So yeah, there's a lot of uses for that. Now my goal is to warp to the beginning, so dying is the fastest way to do that. But yeah, they're used almost everywhere once we unlock Clockworks in 100% and in no DCW, and so that's one of the most like critical glitches to like learn in this game. And there are multiple types. There's that type. There's one outside where we're just at, where we have that enemy try to hit us as we enter through the ceiling up there. There's this little like entrance up there. It's very not easy. I mess it up quite often, but yeah. And then there's also a thing called PAL clockwork shots or clockwork warps, and so the way those work is you actually destroy the clockwork itself, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I actually do not know that well. Also, that's a hitbox extension. Yeah.
Yeah, on PAL. Yeah, they patched it on PAL. The method that we use to get in there, and instead you have to destroy the clockwork instead of getting damaged, or at least it still works on PAL, but
exactly. Also, there's a lot.
It's frame perfect or something.
Didn't talk about hitbox extensions.
A weird
also
change
patched
they made.
in other versions. Basically, the way those work is we just are able to get into those areas to get like other objects, and then also getting into HFP early or Hellfire Peak is with Banjo is another thing we can do. So this is a glitch called PIM. I don't know the acronym on top of my head right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Basically, the way this works is, in my general summary,
there you go.
Storm has done a lot of research on this. It is, in the way I described it, is it's the Banjo-Tooie's version of a SRM from OOT. If you want to go more in detail while I set this up.
Yeah, so basically, I don't really know how this works completely. I'm not like, I just found this. Some other people did some research on it, but basically you're kind of manipulating the game's memory here, with like the backpack's like index, and what you can do with that is it's pretty powerful. I mean, you can basically manipulate anything you want. But since Banjo-Tooie's memory is just so like crazy, yeah, so it will just cause like random crashes like that. And so manipulating anything is basically task only in this game, unlike Ocarina of Time where you can like have consistent manipulation. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but I mean, maybe someday there could be ways to
it's a very
manipulate stuff consistently.
So once we are able to
more
crack
research
it,
into like learning the code and stuff.
An awesome thing to be able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can use this. Yeah, you can use this glitch to skip Tower of Tragedy without direct or delayed cutscene warp. So it's very powerful. If we could find RTA use for it, I mean, it would be a crazy time. So it would save over like 20 minutes and 80% no DCW. So.
All right, so the next glitch, I guess this is the final one. Oh, this is the wrong place.
It'd be crazy.
That we're gonna really be doing before we do DCW stuff and all that shenanigans with DCW is we're going to do a glitch that is only really useful in like I believe 1 or 2 spots, and it's called skew. It's funny that every rare game, at least in terms of the collectathons, have a type of skew. Because Donkey Kong 64 has a skew, and then Banjo-Kazooie has the same type of skew in this game. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to talk to Pano right here. We're going to unlock this Jiggy. I don't have enough, I think. Oh, great. I'm saying yes, please. Really? Is it okay? Is it not deciding to work? Awesome. It's okay. I can probably still do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand on top of this grunty plush. I know. I'm just gonna like I'm gonna point it out. Because I
can't do it on this Jiggy. I don't think it works.
I guess I need 20. But shoot a clockwork, exit the area, and what will basically happen is we're kind of slanted. So what we're just in this little skew. It's not useful for this Jiggy specifically. However, when we collect this Jiggy and we unlock the Cheeto page that's hidden here, we're actually able to like completely skip trying to buy the Cheeto page, and we're able to basically not need to get the doubloons required for that Cheeto page, and it saves a decent amount of time, like probably like 30 seconds to a minute in 100%.
Yeah, because you have to collect all of those doubloons, and it's pretty slow. I think you have to talk to Captain Black Eye as well, and it just it sucks. Yeah. But yeah, skew is only a thing on the US version of this game. It technically works on like every version, but the hitbox where like it's wonky and stuff only works on like the US version for some reason. I guess they patched it, so
DCW.
In that regard.
Or both of them involve DCW is what I'm trying to say. First one involves the credits. And so this is what we do in the True Any percent and also in Cheeto percent. Where the old True 90% route before the new big clips were discovered, the new setups. So we basically will be warping to
Yeah.
the credits, which is directly the cutscene that's directly after finishing Tower of Tragedy, which is that quiz show. And so being able to completely skip Tower of Tragedy is very important, because that's like a 10+ minute game, very long, and also very punishing sometimes. But yeah, enter our
Yeah.
DCW here, and you'll notice right here that we are activating the Tower of Tragedy credits. Cancel that out. Cancel this cutscene out, and now we are in the post Tower Tragedy section. And I'm not going to show up much here because there's not really much to show off here. However, we go around here. This is where the Hag 1 entrance would be, and this is where you would do a big clip. But before you would do that, you would fall all the way down here. I'm gonna probably die here, or not. Perfect. Go here. And then you would exit here, and then from there on, you would get clockworks. So that's what you would do in those routes, and that's why that's useful. That's another useful case for credits or DCW. DCW is also very useful in bingo. Just being able to warp to like different places in the game very early on just helps out in bingo. So that's why DCW is very crucial in a bingo. All right. So now we're gonna do the final part, or the final important thing, which will be setting up this little silly soft lock. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna enter Mayhem Temple. If I can enter the silo. We're gonna basically do this fun mini game called Kickball. Every Banjo-Tooie speedrunner's favorite game, totally. And we're basically going to just watch that cutscene, the intro cutscene of it. So we're gonna warp to Wumba, and we're gonna be the way you play Kickball is you need to be a specific transformation. So we're just gonna go do that real quick. Oh, I already had a Globo. I didn't know I had a Globo already. So here. All right. Transform. Okay, just like that. And then, unfortunately, he does not walk that fast. It's still decently quick, but not that fast. But yeah, we're gonna warp to Kickball. Go up here, talk to this guy, open just the first round. We only need the first round. Okay. So we see this little cutscene right here. So we're gonna, once we are able to pause the game, that's when we're gonna leave this cutscene, or leave the game. I guess save and quit would probably help. Yeah, because you either play the game or you save and quit, so I think save and quit will be the best option for us.
Yeah, that's probably the best way.
Once we have that done, load that. Open the file again. And now we are going to DCW, and time will be coming up in like 30-ish seconds, I would say. If we have a timer. Alright, plateau. But yeah, want to give some shout outs. I want to shout out the Banjo community. Always such a pleasure being a part of the community. It's awesome to run these games because they're just genuinely so fun. I want to shout out Storm for waking up in time and showing up for my glitch exhibition. I would not have been able to explain him and all that all by myself. You have a very important run coming up at SGDQ if you want to talk about that. Also, time.
I do, yeah. Yep. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to be running Banjo-Kazooie Any Percent at Summer Games on Quick 2025 in person. So
think it's
if
like
anybody would like to go watch that, I believe it's
2 p.m.
on
or
July
something.
6th.
The third
at-
run of the event,
Isn't it like
basically.
12
Or-
p.m.
yeah.
Eastern Time? 2 p.m. Eastern Time? Yeah. Yep. Yep. So,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely
Yeah, as
show up
for
in
me,
chat or in person if you
you
want to
can find me on
watch that run, 'cause I think it's gonna be really cool.
twitch.tv/ad129sr. I have Blue Sky, ad129.bluesky.social, all that stuff. You can just find any variant of ad129, you can probably find me. Yeah, and then I'll be on actually a GDQ hotfix in like, looks like 10 hours or something. I'm running a Link to the Past French horn percent. Definitely interesting. Definitely, if you are able to catch that, you should definitely watch that. And then I'll be back tomorrow on Prevent-A-Thon with G-Force, any percent, or the bonus, if the bonus category gets cement, gunless. You definitely don't want to miss that one out either. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you then. Bye.
Thank you so much for that run and for the glitch exhibition. It was so fun. We appreciate you.